Hello again. In the next tutorials, we will introduce the pattern mining options in the MeloSpyGUI software. This tutorial will be about pattern search. Patterns are sequences of elements. Elements are defined by transformations of the melodic surfaces. For example, pitch classes, intervals, or duration classes. There are many applications in melody and music research. For instance, one wants to know exactly where a certain pattern of intervals occurs in which melodies. This is a case of pattern search. Let's find all occurrences of Beethoven's famous Fate motif from his Fifth Symphony in our jazz database. Maybe some jazz players did make a quotation or did accidentally use it. We will see. First, we have to choose an adequate representation for the motif. Let's choose intervals for simplicity. The Fate motif in its original form has 4 tones with 2-tone repetitions and a major third down. With semitone intervals, this motif can be expressed as 0, 0, -4. So let's enter in the first box interval and type 0, 0, -4 separated by spaces in the pattern field. There are several options available for the format of the results: list, stats, and MIDI. The first option will list all occurrences of the pattern. The second option will provide statistical information. The last option will concatenate all occurrences of the pattern in its musical form and put them together, separated by 2 seconds of silence, in a single MIDI file. We'll choose the list option, which is also the default. We can also enter an optional label for this specific search in the text box. This will change the naming of the result file. That's it. Just push process and wait a little. After the search is finished, you can click on the Open Result File button to see the results. Surprisingly, the motif is occurring only 34 times in this form in all jazz solos in the database. Not so much, one might think. If you check Beethoven's scores, you will realize that there is another very common form of the Fate motif, having a minor third instead of a major third down at the end. You can search for both patterns at the same time with the help of the magic regular expressions. I give you an example. Type the following in the pattern box. The brackets and the pipe symbol, each in single quotes, translate to something like a minor third or a major third down. Don't forget to close the result file before starting and press Start Processing again. Let's have a look. Open the result file again and you will see the 34 occurrences of the 0, 0, -4 pattern and 94 instances of the 0, 0, -3 version, which is about 3 times more common with the jazz performers. However, all these occurrences might not be actually musically similar to the Fate motif, because they might occur with different rhythms or in different metrical positions, or they are embedded in much longer melodic lines. To test this, you can use the secondary search option. This allows for a new search, but only in the result set of your primary search. Let's look, for instance, for a similar rhythm as the Fate motif: 3 short and 1 long note. Therefore, we choose the transformation dual class abs. Duration classes have 5 possible values from -2, meaning very short, to +2, meaning very long. Let's try 3 very short notes and 1 medium long note, which equals roughly 3/16 notes followed by 1 quarter note. So we enter the pattern -2, -2, -2, 0 and press Process. After we entered the pattern, we can start the process. Let's have a look at the results. Indeed, there is only one occurrence of this pattern combination, as we see in the result file. Now we change the display mode to MIDI. Thanks for staying with us. In the next tutorial, we'll talk about pattern partitions.